Good evening, I'm David McCullough.
Achoo! So, okay, while I'm trying to pick out music, I might as well go on live. So here I am live. Um, Talking is medicine. Start a conversation that matters. So the question is, what matters? We can have a conversation about what matters. Black matter, pink matter, purple matter. Anyway, yeah, I'm not going to rant and rave at the moment. I'm just going to let you listen to music. But in the meantime, I'm trying to find some music to pick out. So no copyright. I have to get one that doesn't have the copyright on it. So as I found something I liked, but you know, they say copyright free, but then it's like, well, you have to say something about what the copyright's about. What a frickin' racket, huh? Metal rock. Let's see what that. Background music, 1 hour. Royalty-free rock. Let's see if you like this one. Personally, I'm not really for royalty rock. There's one I liked called Shanty. Who likes shanty music? And Buccaneer. I don't know. Buccaneer. Buccaneer chanties. But it has to be royalty free or something that has no copyright free. Yeah, I'm busy. But people like to go on for 12 hours and show you nothing. So, here's royalty free. It's like, what's the difference between royalty free and no copyright? Well, there is a difference. I liked this one. Sea Shanties, a wonderful collection of copyright free for 25 minutes. And then what's going to happen after 25 minutes? Yeah. But then a lot of times it's just an hour of, here's 3 hours. 3-hour loop. Copyright free, no credit needed. I like this. We'll save it to my bumper music. Like that. Oh, I know what I have to do. Gotta flip it. So right now you're listening to pirate bumper music. It's supposed to be copyright free. So this is to talk about something that matters. So I'm inviting you to, tell me what matters. Well, you don't have to tell me because it doesn't matter if it's me or if you have an AI me. But I am going to give you more than an AI me. You're going to get my panda. He's my co-host. co-host, and she speaks. But just talk to her. Trust me, she will listen to every word you have to say. So be sure to subscribe. So I'm back. Back for my lunch break. Maybe. Pal here is giving me a break here. Hold on a minute, guys. Take my vitamins. Come on, guy. Let's take you back to your couch. I'm back. Hi, Terry. Sorry I missed you, if I did miss you. I might have. I'm taking my vitamins. I found the best way to take vitamins. It's called taking gummy vitamins. And then you mix it with a little bit of these nerds, gummy nerds or something like that. Well, my last ones. A couple things I get to do the rest of the day, besides entertain you guys, is maybe say, Happy 4th of July. See how much of my loop is going on. Well, so far I've done 1 hour of it, and that hour I seem to be hearing the same thing over and over again. But you know, what can I do? Change the music, maybe? Alright. Let's find some different music here. I have 6 Minutes of Instructions for Living a Life by Savick. And then I also have the Tranquil. Kind of like that. I don't have to talk over it. It's kind of quiet though. Relaxed. So, 1 hour and 23 minutes. I'm going to try to do like 10 hours. 10 hours of talking. As I put on my thing, I can do fatty liver. Yeah, these are all good things to talk about, right? Conversations that matter. The matter of fatty livers. The matter of what is Donald Trump doing today? Did he wipe his ass today? Oh, did he brush his teeth? I don't know. He should open his mouth and say, ah. I mean, you know, these people. I say, get a life. One thing I do like to do is yell at people and tell them what idiots they are. I got a book. I got a message. Oh, you know, my sister's moving back to South Carolina. And today, she finally made it to South Carolina. Pretty exciting, huh? Okay, we're going to get rid of the subscribe. Because if you haven't just subscribed from now, I guess you never will. Okay, so let's see what she says. I haven't been talking to my friends either. I've been so busy, so I'm going to call them and talk to them. Since problem with the chat is that people can just write stuff. You don't really actually have a conversation with anyone. How fun is that, huh? No reciprocal conversation, for sure. Well, I think my sister made it home. Let's see here. She looks like she made it home on my 360. Has anybody heard about 360? Well, you know, really, I found this out a long time ago, but people are always like freaking out about maybe somebody's gonna know where they are or track them. Well, trust me, we're being tracked everywhere we go, whether you consent or not. If we're not having our loved ones track us, then, you know, I mean, China's tracking us through TikTok and all their other electronic equipment. Certainly, you know, the IRS, the FBI, the CIA, all the government agencies pretty much know where we are. Unless we show up and disappear and die. No, show up and disappear and die. Yeah, usually you die, disappear, and then show up. Whatever. I have a long history of watching situations where people disappear without a trace. Nobody knows, no family knows. One of the ones I know were the McStay family, which I got into them. That was like right after I retired from the telephone company, and I had a lot of time on my hands, and I wasn't taking classes. And this family, this beautiful family, just disappeared. No one knew where they were. They had all these people out looking for them. They had all these false leads where people would say, oh, this is like this way, and it wasn't. Liars. Ended up, they arrested the guy who was supposed to be their best friend, who was doing all these false leads, accusing the wife as being this horrible harlot of a woman. He ended up, like, you know, attacking her, raping her, and killing her, plus the 2 boys and the husband. At least he's serving time for it. That's what they said. And I was on his side, like, oh no, they were best friends. They loved each other. Not. Doesn't happen that way. How's that? Things that matter? How's that things that matter? Okay, wait a minute. I ate some sandwiches while I was gone, so now I have to reapply the lipstick. Otherwise, I look pretty blah, 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 blah. So this is called Talk Therapy with Octavia. But everybody really knows my name's DJ, Deej, or Danita, or Quad Crew, or Quaka, or nobody really gives a fuck one way or the other by the views I get. Yeah, well, let's see here. I came across this book because I was watching this Victor Davis Hansen. He does a lot of interviews, if you never heard of him before. And he was interviewing this fella called David Marmot. And this book was supposed to be a #1 bestseller, and it was called The Secret Knowledge on the Dismantling of American Culture. Why are they trying to dismantle American culture? Well, mostly it's because King of the Hill. You ever play that game, King of the Hill? Whoever on top of the hill, you try to knock them down so you can be on the top of the hill. And that pretty much works throughout the world, throughout all cultures, throughout time. So we've been on top of the world for too long, and people don't think that's right. They think we need to be brought down a notch, Americans. But you know, we're the only ones in the world that think big. I mean, you're talking big. Talk about big. Big Daddy is bigger than life. And that's why everybody's so captivated by him. So, Big Daddy Trump, President of the United States. Yeah, I got a couple of dogs here that are sleeping, and Miss Cinnamon, she has a little bit of a PTSD going on ever since the tree fell on the house and destroyed the house one February morning. And now 4th of July is coming up. What happens on 4th of July? Fireworks? Yeah, well, she doesn't like fireworks so much. I don't know if Terry's on. I decided I would go live on DLive, Kick, and YouTube. I don't get that much because I'm pretty buried underneath all the other YouTube, performers. And not too many people hang around to see what's happening. Let's see, what do I have in the background here? Okay, Facebook. Well, let's put on my usual. It's called Quadverum Forum. And I haven't been looking at that either very much. So let's go into the home page and see what Lemonhead has to say. I don't know. I can't keep track of all the nonsense. I know some of it's, a little bit of it's true. What about 5%? Everyone's defending our honor as far as what we did. Yeah, we dropped some big old gnarly effing bombs down in some hole into a gnarly nuclear fusion laboratory. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what I have. I'm on a list here. Something that's trending the last 25 minutes says, Maloney tells Trump U.S. must show same determination on Ukraine as with Iran. How about Europeans show the same resolve with Ukraine as the U.S. did with Iran? It's too convenient to act gay with other people's ass. My dear, you're trash. Okay, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. How about them stop treating the U.S. like daddy? I agree. Always leaning into daddy for an allowance without house chores and hiding behind the skirts of mommy. Cretins, all of them. Some of my fellow Quadverum family crew. I know Maloney. Isn't she the Italian mama? She's the Italian mama. Okay, here's Stephanie. She's update. Oh, this is 23 hours ago. Yeah, that thread kind of ran its course. Thank God. Everybody calmed down a little bit. So let's go back to Maloney. I don't know. Oops. So here I have two. Kick. I think Terry Cooney's on Kick. But it's showing up on D-Live. I mean on, but D-Live doesn't ever show up. I need to go to my D-Live. I'll get back to David Mamet. Promise. I promise. Let me get to my D-Live here for a minute. Because I don't think D-Live I can... Yeah, I haven't got anything from D-Live other than my lunatics, but at least we know what I said. What a bunch of lunatics, but at least we know who we are. That's the D-Live group. They're into string theory and weird ass conspiracy stuff, which not me. So just because I'm on D-Live and I have some followers, 28 followers on D-Live, I'm sticking with D-Live, but I'm not going to be monitoring the chat too much, so that's the way that goes. Okay. Let me reduce this one. Box here, maybe. I was trying to make it big enough so that I can read it. No. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There we go. Okay, so back to the 4th of July weekend. Jets are flying overhead. My dog's got PTSD. I'm taking her to the vet tomorrow because she's scratching and got an allergy against the heat. And I'm going to ask for some kind of anti-anxietal for the 4th of July fireworks because she freaks out about fireworks. Poor thing. Panda, on the other hand, he's like, could care less. He's part deaf anyway. He can't hear. The life of a mom. Well, you're not really seeing much in the way of, you're not going to see it when I not have it on display. All right, so much for that. The news of the day. Well, Trump's back from NATO. $88 billion haul from tariffs as he works on deals with China and others. Can you believe this guy? Big Daddy. So there was some leaked intel of the Iran bombing. So they're not going to send shit to Congress anymore because they're a bunch of pigs. Senate Leader Thune says won't overrule Chambers parliamentary on GOP Medicaid cuts. Whatever the fuck that means. I didn't even think we had a parliamentary rule here. We don't. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Legal watchdog sues State Department for records, labeling Trump cabinet as disinformation purveyors. What a mess, huh? Think it'll ever get better? You think it'll ever score away? I don't think so. So the name of this is Tranquil Retreat, Bamboo Flute, and ERHU, Calm, Focus, and Inspire. Bamboo Retreat. Should I just cancel the music? It's all right. It's, you know, it's all right. As I'm reading the news here. Back to the only news people I like to listen to is Victor Davis Hanson, Saul Montez Bradley, Just the News. That would be with Solomon. Where'd he go? There he is. We got the Victor Davis Hanson show. Iran, the pariah nation. How's that? Hour and 4 minutes. An operational timeline of a strike on Iran is displayed during a news conference with Chairman of Joint Chiefs and Staff Air Force General Dan Kane and U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth at the Pentagon on June 22nd, 2025 in Arlington, Virginia. Is this what was like leaked after the fact? From Whiteman Air Force Base, Oklahoma and Missouri. Right in the middle of the country. See, they're going to redeport Abrego Garcia to a third country after bringing him back from El Salvador. But he's from El Salvador. Why shouldn't he go back to El Salvador? I don't understand that. Maybe you can explain it to me next time I'm on live. Well, anyway, there you go. There's an hour and 4 minutes of episode with VDH and Jack. Hey, do you think that that's disrespectful just because they're using his initials, VDH? Like Waters interviewed him and called him, oh, VDH. I think it's disrespectful. Talk about talk therapy. I even could see that he was a little taken aback by that. So, come on, Waters. You know, up your game a little bit and quit being such a brat. Trump plans to limit sending classified info to Congress after leak intel of Iran bombing. All right, so my friend is on D-Live doing the guitar, but I have a feeling he's, or I can go on to find him. Let me find him. If I can. Check in. Trying to find the oh, I know how to get rid of it. Get rid of D-Live that way. Oh, but so useless crayon eater is on the phone with all his crazy guys that like to talk about string theory. You know, I gave up on talking about all that crap a long time ago because it never made any sense unless you're some, you know, physicist or some nerd, big time nerd, like beyond marijuana nerd. It's theory. It's theory. You know, there's no proofs. It's just theory. So forget it. So really not much has changed in the Middle East, except we know that Iran isn't going to have a nuclear bomb in the next couple of weeks, maybe even a month. But we're still stuck with the same old program, the same old story, same old jackasses. So not much changed there. Pretty disappointing, I'm afraid. Oh, here we have a serenade of love. Well, I do this, and then I'll stop this. See if there's any difference. There you go. Aww, they're lovers. What the heck's he doing? Oh, he's got to start playing some music. It's pretty good guitar. All right. I'm going to go with some useless crayon eater. I don't know what happened to high res. I guess he's being a let me just do this. I don't have to sign on again. Log in.
It's her parents getting on top of like what their kids are doing is definitely part of the answer.
All right. I think he's on Kick too. Just go Kick. There it is. Maybe I don't have to sign in. Here we go. You won't know who I am. I say I'm on here. Isn't that funny? Using him on my show. He's doing good. He's doing really good. But he does a lot of music, a lot of guitar riffs on here. So he's got VIP now, whatever that means. VIP means you have oh, I got him on Kick right now. So it only shows 2 people watching him. That should go on D Live first. You know it's be on that side.
Weird note back there.
stuff. But I'm too square.
Up,
You know.
up.
I don't do
All right, I'm not really warmed up yet.
drugs.
That's a hell of a song to start off with. How about some, let me see something. A little less heavy duty for me. Why is D-Live froze? There you go. Port Draw, thanks for the lemon. All you guys, thank you very much for hanging out with me. Maybe Cute Chris got me a trifecta over there. Yeah, he did. Thank you, sir. Oh, that's working here. I'll throw a sticker over there. You guys, I guess I need some channel stickers. So if there's anything in particular you guys want, offer it up to me in Discord or something. You know, or put it out there and tell me what's up, man. We'll make it a channel sticker, I guess, you know, you guys. Suki was going to help me with that. She got busy. I hope she found a place. Anyway, this Les Paul really likes this song right here, man.
1K.
Will AC/DC have a drink on me?
You have to have 1K to get to be a VIP. Pretty cool, huh? So that's still like that's useless cranny here. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Or I'll show you the rest of this page too. You can see it as I roll down here. This is guitars. His dogs, his buddies, his band, his lead, and his cycle. There you go, guys. I'm giving them a plug. All right, so much for that. I will move on to something else. Back to the serenade, bamboo flute. Little calmness in our day. But don't forget, Americans, US, think really big, more big than anybody else in the whole world. So that's why they want to push us down and destroy us. So here I am going to go back to my book, talking about this David Mamet. So does anybody know who David Mamet is? In my age group, in the little kids that are my little grandkids, no, of course they don't know any of that, because we're the big daddies. So he was on an interview with Victor Davis Hanson, and Victor Davis Hanson did an interview with him, and you know, it was kind of cool. It was kind of like on the same page with the rest of us. So here I'm going to move this over. I don't know what that is. Some YouTube thing. Oh, it's a third. we have? Well, it's the third one, but I don't think it has. All right, we'll get rid of that one. How about this one? We'll keep that one. What about this one? We'll get rid of that one. How's that? A little less messy, I think. Oops. There we go. Anyway, so he is a film writer, a director, and he wrote this book. According to Andrew Clavin, he says it's a amazing, amusing, irritating present for a liberal friend. It's exhilarating to hear so much common sense expressed with such forceful eloquence. I have not got very far with the book, actually. As I said, here's the book. And he's also a film director. He's directed a lot of movies. A lot of the movies I'm not really familiar with. The one that they keep saying, which I don't even think I saw, was called, what was it called? I don't know. But he starts his book with, I saw with sorrow that men would mutilate and garble the story, that rival creeds, return it upside down till, at last, the Western world, which clings to the dread of death more closely than the hope of life, would set it aside as an interesting superstition and stampede after some faith so long forgotten that it seemed altogether new. That was Rudyard Kipling. You know, when you live through war, it really does something to your, to your brain. So God help all those who had to live through war. And I am talking about Israel, Iran, Gaza. It's horrible. But my question is about, I'm going to get rid of the flute. Flute's going bye-bye. I'm sure you're happy to hear that. Bye-bye. Going back to Quad Verum. All right, so I'm going to play this because nobody else seems to care.
You wanna be all up in your head. Yeah.
Big Daddy.
Somebody to say, hey, Big Daddy, babe. You gotta know me for that.
And that's that. Hey, Daddy. Big thing. That was yesterday's news. It's already forgotten, right? Who cares today? I'm not going to watch again it either. So I posted that. This is for Usher. My favorite. It's called a boll weevil. Anybody know what a boll weevil is? There he is. It's the boll weevil. Yeah, the boll weevil was a guy that actually came about around the cotton gin time. The time that all of a sudden the cotton fields got destroyed by this little thing. They couldn't kill it. That's the boll weevil. You want to hear about the boll weevil? There you go. So anyway, it's back to David Mamet in this book, which I'm trying to read. He is a conservative, as you might imagine, if Victor Davis Hanson decides to interview him. I suggest you watch it. It's kind of a good interview. It made me want to buy this book. I don't know why, but I did. I bought the book, and I have it now. And he's trying to explain the difference between liberalism and conservatism, or what is the difference. And I would like to know what the difference is myself. I know what I think the difference is, but there's so many different definitions that it could mean a billion different things. But what I really got out of this, trying to circumvent what the heck he's talking about, the secret knowledge, right? There's your secret knowledge. There is no secret knowledge, number one, but that's what he labeled it. And then it's called the political impulse. And I'll just read this one. He speaks in long sentences, doesn't use a lot of periods, mostly commas, which, I mean, this whole sentence is one paragraph. We don't really write like that anymore. So here it is. The underlying question, common to both sides, was how to deal with this problematic change. The conservative answer, increased exploitation of the exploitable and conservation of needless expenditure. In effect, sound business practice that the liberals a sensation or a cessation of the same. Each were and are interested in security. The liberals suggesting détente, and the conservatives increased armament. Each side was interested in justice. The conservatives holding it will best be served by the strict law of rule, or the strict rule of law, whichever you want to look at it. Liberals, they believe that increased in granting of rights. So you see how that works? Conservatives think it should be strict rule of law, and liberals think they should keep increasing granting people's rights. So hence, we have homelessness on the street, rampant. We have drug use, rampant. We have people dying, young children. You know, families are losing their young adults who are the ones that are experimenting in drug usage. When I was doing a therapy at a high school level, freshman, one particular kid, it was his friend's brother or something like that. I don't know. Good kid by all accounts, and just young, hanging out with his buddies, trying to be tough, partying with the older crowd. And he took some drugs. There was fentanyl in it. He laid on his bed and died in the home of his buddy's house. Nobody knew what to do. These kids were all fucking idiots, drunk or whatever, and they just, by the time they got the paramedics there, it's too late. How sad is that? Okay, that's what liberalism gets you. Anyway, that's enough of my ranting about stuff like that. So I'm going to read this book and try to figure things out. At least it gives me something to do besides watch the news. Oh my God, the news. So it's fun to watch Yuki. He's over there on DLive. And I might just, well, I wish I could. I could host him. Yeah, I could do that. How do I do that? I could do it, but I got to figure out how to do that. So let me go to something else here. I'm going to give you a little bit of Hawaii's. From Hawaii to the waterfall of shoot. All right, you tell me what it is. Niagara Falls. That's what it is. All right. I'm still here. I've just got to set this up. If I can figure out how to go to my DLive, and then I can set it up so that he can, I can host him. I had it before one time. No. No, that didn't work. My channel following partner portal. Affiliate. To be an affiliate, I have to reach 200 followers. Okay, wait a minute. There you go, see. So I have 28. And if I want to be a partner, I have to be an affiliate first. Yeah. That's how that works. Let's see what else I got. I don't think I can host if I don't have that affiliate. I say hosting. How do I host? I could do it on Trovo, but I don't think I can do it on here. No. Nope. Nope. I don't think there's a way to do it. Oh well, never mind. Forget about it. Well, tonight is Yapping with Saul. So check us out on Odyssey. If you like. In the meantime, I'm leaving you with the boll weevil. There he is, Mr. Boll Weevil. You got a lot of boll weevils around here. Okay, well, I made it to 2 hours and 21 minutes. What do you think about that? Just to let you know, you guys all suck. I suck, you suck, we all suck. All right, remember, talking is medicine. Start a conversation that matters. Could be dark matter, bright matter, purple matter, pink matter. I don't care. Does it really matter? No. Because the world really doesn't give a shit about you. But don't go, you know, getting all depressed and commit suicide, because the alternative is not a whole lot better. You know, just make it work. Make it work. Please. We all want you to work. Work hard. That's it. You got to work hard. You got to start off working hard. School sucks. You got to get through school. So get through school. Get through high school. Graduate from high school. Get a job. Go to college and get a job. Or get a job and go to college. Or whatever it takes. Work hard, 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 hard. You got to work hard. Because believe me, by the time you're 65, you're done working hard. Then you have to keep working, but you have to at least have established yourself so that you don't have to work so hard. Yeah. You know, being an influencer is not work. Guess what? It's just play. Anyway, like I said, don't forget, Yapping with Saul, 6:30 California time. And I'm going to call a couple of my friends and have a meaningful conversation with them before dinner time. Okay? So, thank you for joining me. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.